Good morning to you. Have you seen your keys? How about that missing sock? And don't tell me you left your payong again at the jeep. Or worse, you left your Tupperware at school. Get ready for mama. Today's episode is all about the things we keep on losing. Like love life and health and whatever. I'm Stephen.
That's right. Wallets, umbrellas, IDs, earphones. Bakit parang sila laging nawawala? We're talking about everyday lost and found moments. Or as I would like to say, the mini heart attack moments. And maybe why they keep happening. I'm Miguel.
So get ready for a wonderful morning because this is GM2U. Welcome again to GM2U, everyone, and we hope you're not... Pet peeve. Brian! Good morning again, Brian. Welcome to GM2U, Brian. And today we will be talking about, again, yung mga madalas mawala sa atin na bagay.
Yes,
So,
exactly.
basically the lost and found life. Let's focus first on the classics, like your socks, your umbrellas, your pens. Why do we always lose the same things?
I'm going to answer this question in two ways. One, the funny one. No, I'll start with the serious one. So I'm going to answer this seriously first. So we lose. we lose these
Filipino, sorry.
We lose this stuff frequently just because we don't really have much care about them. In our heads, it's replaceable. Just like me and my love life. No, I'm kidding. So yeah, like we don't really put in too much thought into these things because yeah, they're replaceable. We can just buy new socks, we can buy new umbrella, we can buy new pens. It's irritating at that point, at that moment, just because you need it. But yeah, it's just really like we just don't really like put enough care or thought into it.
For me, I think why we lose these same things, maybe because they are so constant. Or no, not constant.
They're always there. They're always available.
They're always there. They're not that important.
Yeah.
But you always see them and use them. I don't agree with losing pens, that we don't care about losing pens. Maybe if the pen is like a G-Tech
like a Bic.
or Bic.
Yeah.
Yeah. The expensive ones. I'm not
Right.
talking about Parker brand.
Yeah. We're not talking about the
that's on a different
ones.
level. But these are pens that you usually use when you're in school or in the office. When that is gone and you can find it, I think you're gonna be a bit annoyed.
Right.
But umbrellas, come on. Umbrellas are expensive.
If you have a washing machine or a dryer, sometimes it gets, into the
You lose
filter.
it there? How?
Yeah. I don't. It's an old machine. I don't know. Sometimes like it would clog the filter, I guess, because sometimes I use those, the foot socks.
Yeah,
So they're like literally like
small
pieces of clothing. So I don't know.
I see.
But at the end of the day, again, it's just why do we keep on losing these things? Because again, they're always available. We always use them in our heads. They're always there, but again, we just don't really put in much effort or thought.
Would you agree that if you don't pay attention to something, it's bound to be gone?
Oh yeah,
in your life.
Just look at my love life.
I was trying to digress there. Not try to drive a point in a different direction. But yeah, okay. Let's agree to that. But forgetting as a sign of being distracted or juggling too much can be the psychology behind why we
Yeah.
keep on losing these things. Again, we're not
fair.
paying attention. It's also like in everyday scenarios, like leaving your phone in the bathroom,
Right.
misplacing chargers. Akala mo nawala, pero nasa bag lang pala. Commonly, when we leave our phone in the bathroom, I think we're doom scrolling
Yeah.
while sitting on the
The throne.
throne. And then you were so entertained that actually not just phones. You leave your phone in the bathroom.
Yeah.
And then before entering the bathroom, because you're doom scrolling, you leave your towel outside the bathroom.
Outside, yeah, exactly.
And then you do the bath mat shuffle because you need to reach for your towel
Right.
while dripping with water.
Yeah.
Do these little losses say something about our busy lives today?
Yeah, I mean, I would say yes.
Yeah.
I would say like just because of how actually no, you know what? It depends, I would say. But I would say like nowadays we're just always just too distracted with a lot of different things. I would say that's one, or distracted by like social media, TikTok, Instagram. But there are literally some individuals that have so much responsibilities that you can't really blame them for like forgetting things.
These
It's
are
just
the
that-
people that you are annoyed with.
Yes.
You see them typing, and then they
Yeah.
forgot to send it, and then they say to you, "Oh, I didn't send it." So basically, this is an extension of the
the
previous
last episode.
episode.
But yeah, it just depends. Like there are just really some people who are just like, who are just so busy with their lives that, because maybe they're taking care of somebody, they're taking care of their business, or they just have so much responsibilities outside of work or at home. Or also at work, maybe that like their brains are just like going 100 miles a second, that they literally forget stuff
Yeah.
like phones, pens, umbrellas, and you can't really blame them because that's just that's just how their lifestyles are. My this is a big thing. My car keys, because my car keys is like it's like, so how my car keys are, it's like on a loop with the
Okay.
screw. So the screw, like over time screws just become loose. So the screw on my car key holder just became loose and it fell. Good thing it fell inside my locker. So it's just there. So nothing happened.
Yeah.
And like I was like, because I was doing my usual, I was getting out of work, going to my car, and I was like, since car technology has improved over the years, literally you just go to your car, put your hand in your handle, and as long as the door handle, as long as your key is like close,
Yeah.
you can unlock it. You don't have to pull out your keys to unlock the car.
Yeah.
So I was like, I was already on my car. I was like, why is my car not unlocking? I checked my bag. I was like, where are my keys? And then I went back to the office, checked my locker, and good thing it was there. And then I saw like, the screw was, it just fell. So I was like, all right, like I'm like, my brain's clocked out of being, I just want to go home, So I guess that's also part of, like why we lose stuff, like when you're tired. So I don't know. How
Yeah,
about
you
you?
lose-
Do you think these little losses that we do, that happen to us, is affected by,
Our busyness.
our business,
Yeah.
busyness,
Yeah.
how we are at that point.
Yeah. Actually, I would agree because, when your mind is just focused on one thing,
Yeah.
you keep on thinking about that one thing.
Right.
You're trying to resolve that problem or whatever. When it's time to do something else, you feel that you've got it all figured it out.
Yeah. Trying to juggle multiple things in one time is not, like you're just going to leave. You're just going to have those other things, not to your best ability. Just because, you're like split into like multiple things, and then you're not basically putting in your they're not putting in your best.
And then given that our attention spans right now are much shorter than they used to before.
Yeah.
But I think the bottom line of what we want to talk about is if you keep on losing things, maybe it's time to refocus yourself or ask
Right.
yourself,
Yeah.
am I focusing on what's important? Because,
Right.
some people will say, oh, it's just socks. It's
Yeah.
just umbrella. It's,
Right.
I know a classmate who is like that. She loses iPhones.
Wow.
Yes. And then I think her family is filthy rich. I don't know if they're contractors or what. Okay, it's a former friend, so don't worry if I'm trash talking them.
Okay.
So she
Okay,
keeps
okay.
on losing iPhones. She always loses it at the
Wow.
same train station
Oh my gosh.
at a certain time of day.
Oh my
So
gosh.
every year, when I see her during summer term, she loses it. And then one time she lost the same iPhone, it's the same model of iPhone in just a span of 3 months. So she bought the same model of iPhone 4 times
Wow.
because she keeps on losing it. That's how
Big
rich
money.
she is.
Yeah. That's
So
big
I
money.
asked her, don't you want to focus on something? Maybe your
Right.
mind is flying to somewhere else, or
Right.
maybe there's something at home we can talk. I was
Yeah.
legitimately concerned.
Yeah,
And then,
that is concerning.
and then she answered me, "Oh, don't worry, I have money to buy to
Wow.
purchase
Okay.
iPhones."
Buy me one next time.
Yeah. Why don't you buy me too?
Exactly.
Buy me one. Yeah. And it's not GM2U without food. But in
Yes.
the previous episode, we were annoyed with food. But today, as our script is saying, these are food we forget but regret.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's the first time in GM2U history, actually the second time, that food is negated
Yeah.
in our episodes.
Right. Actually.
So, the first one is leftovers in the fridge. Yung nakalimutan hanggang spoiled na. You forgot it and then it got spoiled already.
Yeah.
So,
This is a sad moment for me all the time. Like, because honestly, there are some types of food that are just better, not spoiled, but, like, you eat it the next day. Like, you heat it up and then just eat it the next. So there's some type of food that are just better that way. But, again, it depends on, who you are. Maybe, again, you're an airhead, or you're just like completely busy, or again, you just forgot. Yeah, it's just a sad thing to think about. It's not that you're wasteful, I mean, maybe you are. I don't know. But yeah, it's just sad to think about having food spoil, even though it's in the fridge. Yeah, it's
yeah.
sad. I guess another one about food we forget but regret is buying snacks and then forgetting it in your. It's like the first one. It's like you forget it in your bag.
Yeah.
But
That's
I mean,
the
I would
worst.
say, yeah, it is bad. But I mean, I would also say, like, try to look at the positive. Is like, it's a nice surprise sometimes. Especially it's like something that, if it's not gonna spoil, maybe like a bag of chips or a bag of candy.
Yeah,
in your
that's
bag.
fine.
So it's like it's a nice surprise in your bag. You know, like hey,
that's fine.
I have food today. That's nice.
Yeah. I remember I had to go to Landmark because I had to buy vinegar because I was about to cook adobo the next day because it's the weekend.
Right.
So I had to buy this pouch of vinegar, which is approximately 200 grams or about a cup of vinegar in a pouch. I put it in my bag, went home from Makati. That was roughly 2 hours of travel going back to the province. The next day, I got sick. So I wasn't able to cook the adobo. I had all the ingredients in the refrigerator in the pantry except for the vinegar. I was awakened at 11 p.m. of that Saturday and I thought I smelled something very sour. So the pouch was punctured inside my bag by one of my pens and it leaked. So not just only my bag that smelled sour, also my room. Very forgetful.
It happens. It happened to me too.
S happens.
Yeah. Yeah, because like the thing, like I guess something like that happened to me before is like, you know, sometimes you go to work, you have a packed lunch, and then, you know, you're just so tired, you're clocked out. You forget to remove the Tupperware from your bag, and then
Ooh, the smell of a success.
Yeah, the next day you just remember and you pull it out, and then you open that Tupperware to clean it. Ooh, that stench is gonna be crazy.
And then again, there's some mold.
Yeah, it's part of it. You know, like again, we're so busy, or we're forgetful. Oh, we're in there. It doesn't matter.
Your food yesterday is now a science experiment.
That is true. Another thing for this type of forgetfulness is, you know, when you go grocery shopping, you always forget that one thing that you needed to buy. Like a condiment, you know, maybe like soy sauce, or
I thought I heard condom.
Oh my god!
Sorry,
I said condiments.
Okay.
Condiments.
But don't also forget that other one thing we mentioned.
Yeah, that's also important. Like for grocery shopping, we always forget that one ingredient, and then you get home and try to cook that. You're like, oh, I forgot to buy garlic. I forgot to buy onion. I forgot to buy whatever else. And you're just like, oh my god, I have to go back.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially when you're planning like get together at your place and then you forget that one thing. Again, it's a pet peeve. Brian!
Brian! And welcome to GM2Me, where we get your questions in the evening and we answer. Why am I looking here? This is the camera. Hello! Where we answer your questions in the morning, like true procrastinators.
Right.
By the way, we need to address the elephant in the room.
Okay.
Elephant in the room, which is, where is our third host?
Ah, yes.
Yes.
I think we forgot to mention that in the last episode.
Yeah, we forgot to mention it in the last. How many episodes were there? Episodes. So our third host is on hiatus.
Yes.
Because the MTRCV has no violations. On hiatus only because of work. So if you're looking for him, or his parents are wondering why isn't he appearing on this show of ours, you can watch him on our other channel, Crumb Society.
Right.
Yeah,
you can see him in Crumb Society. He has not been taken to heaven to meet Saint Peter yet, okay?
Yeah.
He's fine. He's just busy.
fine. Yeah. Okay, let's go to our question for today. It's from Jessa, age 24, from Cebu. Oh, Cebu!
Cebu.
Don't we have anything from the mail? Dried mangoes or
Yeah.
shamrock?
Shamrock, danggit,
Mm.
cebuchon. Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Cebuchon.
Come on. Don't forget, we also receive gifts. Okay?
Yeah,
Not just
we'll
your
have
questions.
we'll have our mail in the description so you can send us stuff.
Yeah, please don't send us bomb threats or death threats. Send us food. And Jessa writes, "Hi GM2U. I always misplace my earphones and ID. Hello, same. My friends tease me that I'm super makakalimutin or forgetful for our international audience, but I really do try to keep track. Do you think there's a way to be less forgetful, or am I just stuck like this forever? Drink ginkgo biloba with L-carnitine." The joke.
Oh my gosh. Kuya Kim, is that you?
Magmemo plus gold. What's her suggestion?
I totally understand her situation. Like, ID earphones are something that we usually forget. Just because, again, like, we use them all the time. It's not that we don't really care about them. It's just that we use them.
But isn't it a pain in the ass if you lose your ID? Because you need to reapply for it.
You just got to replace it. It's either you have to pay sometimes to have it remade, just because some of the IDs have like RFID capabilities, so you in the building or whatever. So you have to pay for that. So that's annoying. But I would say like one of the things that has helped me not to forget my ID is I just like I put it in my bag. On our clock out machine, once I tap my ID on the clock machine to clock out, I immediately put it in my bag. I don't.
There's a system. You're saying.
Yeah, there's a system
from hand to
exactly.
bag.
Hand to bag exactly. And then in the morning when I get into the office, like I only pull out my ID if I need to tap it to the elevator to go up to the floor that I work at, and or to tap in to clock in. So that's a system, like just have like maybe a designated pouch or keychains in your bag or for whatever stuff that is. Or I mean nowadays it's technology has improved. We have AirTags now if you're an Apple user. There's those cheap locator tags that you can buy that are they're like super cheap. They're they're battery operated, and then if you lose them you could just like beep them using your phone or find them.
But if you lose them, if you're from Cebu and you lose them in Manila, good luck.
Oh yeah, good luck. Yeah.
For me, what I actually do is I talk to myself. Like example, the ID.
I just could imagine Stephen's like, "Oh, how's your day? I'm okay."
No, not that way. I talk to myself like, "Oh, ID out, ID tap, ID back. It's in the bag already."
Yeah, you're vocalizing. You're not talking to yourself. You're vocalizing
I'm
your
vocalizing
thoughts.
my actions. Yeah.
Yes. Because when you talk to yourself, that's a little bit weird.
Yeah. I'm not cuckoo, okay? I'm not crazy. But yeah, I'm vocalizing. Okay. Thanks for clarifying.
Right.
Yeah. But actually, to come to think of it, when you vocalize your actions, it also it helps, but it also requires attention.
Yeah,
We're
exactly.
speaking about forgetfulness here. So maybe it's to have attention, you must have intention.
Yes.
Wow. Okay, please tweet that or threads it.
I was listening to a podcast this morning, and it was talking about relationships. not just romantic, but also like friendships. Like to
Your
build,
favorite.
but in relationships, to have intimacy, whether romantic or not, intimacy needs intention. It needs intention. Like, you need to have the full intent to talk to this person, to build a relationship with this person, whether friendly or romantic. You need to fully show that intention and stick with it. So it's the same thing for stuff like these, that you need to have like full intention in being more aware of your items. So at the end of the day, it like intention helps. I would say, right?
But if you
I don't
lose
know.
something, you don't be too hard on yourself.
Oh yes, exactly.
Yeah. Well, we said here, forgetfulness can mean your brain's
Yeah.
just overloaded. So maybe you need to unwind, you need to relax.
Yeah.
Maybe sometimes losing things teaches us to slow down
Yes.
and be mindful. Just like Miguel is going on vacation in a
Right.
few weeks' time. How long will your vacation be?
I'll be gone for like 2.5 weeks.
Yeah.
Well, it's not really gonna be like a vacation because it's a wedding that I'm going to, so it's gonna be busy. But yeah, it's
You'll
like
not be doing your routine, basically.
yes, I'm not gonna be doing my routine, which is a great break. That's another thing that I believe that we humans need. We sometimes need to have a break in the routine to keep it fresh. It's like what Stephen said a while ago. Like, it teaches us how to slow down and be mindful. And breaking the routine allows us to do that, because when everything just becomes automatic to you, then again the intention of like thinking of the things that you have or the stuff around you just goes away, just because your brain's just so overloaded with information, with the stuff that you think about, with your anxieties. So yeah, just slow down. If we're gonna talk about slowing down, I was talking to a friend of mine at work, and like we were talking about goals in life. Like I was debating, because like before, like I wanted to have like the mansion, the big family and whatever, like, like a very rich lifestyle. Of course, anyone wants that kind of dream. But now that I'm a little bit older, I'm like, I just want to have a farm. I just want to have a farm. Like maybe a hydroponics farm out in the province. It's
I think you're super stressed.
yes.
I was like that last night. I was drinking milk. Take note, I was drinking milk. And then while drinking milk, I saw the carton of the milk. And I said, I want to be in that place. Because the milk carton had this illustration of a green grass farm with cows and a red barn with a windmill on it.
Yeah, honestly.
That's how stressed we are.
Yeah.
If, every morning we pick up our phone and we check what's the latest in the world. I think if we have the time to do that as a routine, we ought to have time to remember important things and not to lose them, right?
Yeah.
Because I think we have so much unnecessary things that we are looking after or maintaining in our lives, when in actuality, we have more important things to remember, like your ID. Don't lose your ID.
Yeah.
What if instead of texting while waiting for the LRT, you take off your ID, put it in your bag?
Yeah.
Right?
Have intentionality.
Yeah.
There's that. And it also helps you not forget things.
Yeah.
Like yesterday's Tupperware for lunch. that becomes a science experiment.
Now, if that really happens, your mother will kill you.
Yes.
So kids, don't do that.
Yes.
Always bring home your Tupperware and wash it immediately after use.
Yes.
Anyway, before we forget our time, our
Right.
time is running out already. And we thank you for joining us on this episode of GM2U. I'm Stephen.
And I'm Miguel, and we'll see you again next time.
Don't forget.
Don't forget. Don't forget.